morning everyone. Rodney Cook Memorial Metal Detecting Festival in Wiltshire, day 2. And first of all, a huge thank you to XP Metal Detectors, who very kindly stopped and gave us a wee lift up here, because these fields are a long way away and we started walking and walking and walking. So yeah, tremendous. Thank you XP for the free lift. So there we go, we're out here. This is all the Sunday fields. This one here I think is field 5, we've got field 6 over that way, and as you can see it's all stubble, and hopefully there's going to be some treasures to be had. There's certainly plenty of people down on their knees digging, so let's see what the Jethro programme can find. Oh, and before I forget, if you're not already, then please hit the button. Right, let's go and see what we can find. It's taken about 25 minutes to get my first target, although that's partly because I've been chatting to so many people. Nice to see so many followers. And I also realised I'm not in field 5, I'm actually in field 4. So we've got a wee chirpy 5960. Perfect for a wee hammered coin, or a wee Roman coin, or a bit of tin. And what I've also done, I have made my way to right underneath the power lines, because a lot of metal detectors struggle with the interference from the power lines. I'm going to call it EMI, but I think that might have been a band in the 1980s, so we'll just call it electrical interference for the moment. So we got off to a flyer yesterday. We got silver within the first few holes. Oh, and we're out, and I can actually see something green and round right there. It's a button. Well, it's better than all the aluminium that we were finding the other day. It's a one-piecer, but unfortunately it's broken. Let's give it a wee rub-a-dub with the old brush. So delighted that XP gave us a lift in their wee cart, their wee buggy on the way up. I think I'd have been exhausted by the time I got here. They were saying it was going to be raining, and well, the sun's coming out, so we actually ended up taking down the tents this morning because we didn't want to have to come back later on and take them down. They were all wet, so that kind of lost us a bit of time, so we're a wee bit late on starting, about half an hour later than we expected to be. But if we hadn't got the free lift, I think we'd have been an hour later. We wouldn't even be here yet. Well, it is a little engine turned tomback. You can see the little swirls on the back, and that's probably going to be Georgian, 1760 to 1820. So with all these people, my first target comes from under the power lines, so maybe I'll keep following them. Safely tucked away in the lucky RCM finds pod. Thanks again, Mr. S&D Detectorist on Instagram. Very nice. Simon's coming over to me, so I don't know if he's got something good, but you're not going to believe this. Still underneath these power lines. Now it was a really chirpy 65, and look right there, I've got myself a cut half. I've got a hammered. Don't say anything. I've got a cut half right there.
Oh, we have here.
Right there, look.
Look at the Scottish detector. What is fine there?
Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. We've got a cut half. Got a cut half. You absolute beauty. Sorry folks, I had to cut the video off there because I couldn't contain my excitement, but we have got a cut half. Cut half. You absolute beauty. It looks like maybe a short cross or a voided. Oh, it's a beauty of a coin. It's got great detail on it. Absolutely brilliant detail. I don't know what it is. It's these little notchy targets. It's a voided long cross half. It's a voided long cross penny cut in half. I can see the little notch in the line there, and you can see they go all the way to the edge. This is an absolute beauty of a find. It's probably going to be Henry, John or Richard, and often, well, certainly ones I've found in the past have always been Henrys. But often, even if it's John or Richard, they're actually still stamped Henry because they use the same the same coin die. Folks, it's an absolute beauty. Absolute beauty. I can see it looks like an H and an E for Henry. But as I say, that doesn't necessarily mean that it is Henry. Look at that. Oh, I'm over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. I mean, inside an hour, I've got silver again. Well done, the Jethro programme. And again, it was a really notchy, scratchy signal. I've already filled the hole in, but it came from the second spadeful, so it had a wee bit of depth to it. Unbelievable. Oh, and date-wise, I think we're talking sometime around about 1250, something like that. So, 13th century hammered coin. Again, another really chirpy target. That's someone else's hole right there. So I was right here, and there is something round, but I think it's going to be a button. But look, again, a really minimal target. I think that's the secret with these rallies, is to just go low and slow and try and dig out, you know, the targets that people are missing or not really paying attention to. So it looks like a button to me. You can see it's got a little bit of writing on it. But you know, all of my finds, all my good finds have all come from either the edge of the field, the corners of the fields, or like today, under the electric pylons. So maybe worth focusing on that if you come to a metal detecting rally. Well, I think it's a button, probably 200 or 300 years old, but still, it's a find. Alright, here we go again. Someone has dug a hole. 81 is in the hole. Now, have they either dug up something and missed a gold noble? Well, there's actually two targets. So, let's see what this one is. You never know, it's happened to me before. Well, there you go. So that's some lazy person, to put it politely, who's found aluminium. And you know what the worst thing is? Look how close I am to the edge of the field. So maybe if they didn't even want to carry it, they could have just put it in the bin. But no, they bury it back in their hole. So I'm hoping for their sakes that this is actually something amazing. Because it doesn't really look like the next level down's disturbed. It's pretty solid. Ah, no, there it is there. It's more tin. It's more tin. But look at that. Absolutely shocking. And there's more. There's more. So maybe there's more can, or maybe there's another target. Let's get that stone out of the way. I hope for them it is another target. Ah, there's something else there, look. Right there, more aluminium, which goes in my bag. And that's it. And there's another signal, which is there, which is more aluminium. Right, I'll have a hunt around, see if there's any more targets, but that is the height of laziness. Here we have another very wispy little signal. Listen to that. I'm a bit gutted that I didn't film that cut half, because just yesterday with us getting so much foil and aluminium. Let's see, it's getting better. Oh, nearly. But we're out. Just, yeah, we're getting so much foil and aluminium yesterday. I'm trying to preserve my battery, so unless it's a real stick-on, kind of not been filming. Ah, look at that. It's a 2.2 cartridge for a rifle. Small rifle. But still, you know, if you're missing that, you're definitely missing a hammered coin. So persevere with these little twitchy targets. Now this one very similar to the hammered. Again, look, I'm right in front of this huge big pylon. Pete's just the other side on the left there, and Simon's on the right, so we're all following the same line now. And we're definitely digging more targets than we were anywhere else in the field. A bit stony here. Oh, big rock under there. Oh God, can't get under this stone. Let's see if we can pinpoint it yet. Nope, so it's a wee bit deeper. Somewhere about there, I think. Okay, I'm going to turn you off and get back to you. I can see something right there. It kind of looks round. Oh, it's not round. It's green and it's copper. Bit of a fragment of something with a hole in it. But look again, another target that's been missed on a field that's probably got a couple of hundred people on it, or has had a couple of hundred people on it. And they all had a head start against us as well, many of them. So there you go. Final, probably, well, maybe final target before I jump into field 6. Again, it's a little whimpery 52, 53, as many of them have been. And still under the pylons. I think we're over there. Yep, I think so. Simon got a little sort of, I don't know, maybe part of a broken buckle or something. Oh, I thought that was gold there. Look at that, I thought that was something gold. Whatever it is small, so I can't see it. It's small and it's there somewhere. Is it there? Well, it's not hammered, but again, look how small that is. And these wispy little targets keep on coming, so keep going at it and hope for the best. Not quite made it to field 6. And that is a pretty loud target, just in case someone's dropped their aluminium on the surface. But it's there, and look, people have dug there, someone else has dug there, someone's dug there. So, hopefully they left something good behind. Apparently there was a Roman coin found very close to here, right by the entrance of the field. Still in 81. Apparently there's been a beautiful Roman denarius found in the field next door. And there you are. How on earth did someone miss that? Look at the size of it. A bullet casing. And a banging target. Not been in the ground long. Probably from like a 243 or a 303 or something like that. But again, missing a target of that size and not even deep. Here we go, this is field number 6. Again, it's stubble. It's quite flat stubble, so it's fairly easy detecting. You've got a road going up the right hand side here. So I'm just going to have a wee zigzag around. I think that's Pete on the horizon, up there, middle of the screen. Simon's just behind me. So let's see what field 6 has got to give. Now, there aren't any pylons in this field, but I did notice, look, this big strip here, the stubble's very long. So I thought, well, let's try with the old Jethro program, see if we can punch our way through and maybe get something. And right here, it's a jumpy one. There you are, what's that? Well, there's our target there. It's another piece of copper. But again, look at the size of that. Relatively shallow, and it'd be missed because of the stalks. So, oops, dropped it. Right, let's persevere. Well, here we go. It's getting a wee bit warm. I didn't bring my hat with me because it was supposed to be raining, and now it's sunny. Weather forecast is just as bad in England as it is in Scotland. And in case you're wondering, no, this isn't the same Scotland top. I've got a few of them, so I'm not wearing the same clothes for 3 days, although I am in desperate need of a shower. Right, I'm heading to field number 7. Didn't get a single dig in field number 6, so better days ahead. Here we go then. The continuation, just coming up for 12 o'clock. And this is field 7. Not a lot of people on here, but apparently there has been quite a lot of Roman finds. Spoke to a few people, there's been quite a lot of Roman coins. There's Sneaky Pete there, raring to go, looking for his first coin of the weekend. I'm sure he's going to get something eventually. Perseverance will pay off. So let's see if we can find some treasures. On you go, Pete. This is a bit of a weird signal. This is my first sort of diggable target, and I thought, well, it could be big iron, and I can see something ironish and round there in the bottom of the hole. It does actually look round. Alright, I'm going to have to loosen this up and get back to you. Thought we had a cannonball there. Look at that, folks. Well, it's only got a hole in one side.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that for a find. What do you think?
Even with a hole in it, one hole.
I mean, you do get cannonballs
Yeah.
with holes in them, don't you? I don't know. Crazy.
It's the right size, right sort of weight.
Wonder how deep the hole goes. Not that that will tell me much. Don't think I've ever found a cannonball before. Well, I found smallish things, but certainly nothing this big. And look at that. Goes well in. Goes in a good bit. So who knows? Now I've got to carry this about for the next 6 hours. Well, if you know, comment below. Have I found a cannonball? Interesting. Very interesting. This time we've got a buckle. Very, very big, heavy buckle. Almost certainly off of a horse. And, well, 100, 150, maybe a couple of 100 years old, but really, really solid piece. Maybe it would have been brass or heavy copper, but mangled, been hit by the plough a few times, but it's not hollow, it's solid. And very, very shallow as well. Yeah, I think we've got a coin, but look, same hole, iron, with a big square hole in it. It was a bit of a mixed target, to be honest. I was expecting big iron, but right in there, I've already had a wee look. I think we might have a wee coin, maybe a wee halfpenny or something. Oh, nearly. Well, I'll tell you what, this might be a Roman, folks. This might be a Roman. That might be a Roman coin. It might be. Oh, I think it is. I think we've got a Roman, and I think it's a beauty. That's got good detail on it. Look, I can see a figure there. I think that might be a Roman coin. It might be a Roman. Right, I'm going to wet it. In fact, I'm not. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back to you. I don't know if I'm going to wet it or not, but I might let it dry out and then flake it off. But I'll get back to you. Look at that. It's actually really stable, so I've wet it. And look at that. There's an angel figure there. Possibly on a ship. That is a really, really nice coin. A really nice coin. And look at the head. That is an absolute cracker. It might actually be a woman. It could be a woman. Right, I'm going to dry it up and get back to you. There we go, folks. 2 finds in the same hole. Big lump of iron. And there. It looks like, well, John, who's here, who's actually found one of similar sort of size coin to this at another rally before, he reckons it might be a follis, which was a Roman coin, I think, in the 4th century. And they would often wash them in silver, so they'd have like a silver wash on top, almost like a thin plating. And the detail is coming out on this all the time as it's drying out. But there is a little figure there. He says there's probably a letter here and here, which would be the mint mark of where the coin was made. And on the other side is an incredibly clear look at the detail on that. I mean, I cannot quite make out the letters, but 111 up here possibly, or an N and an I. And the face is incredibly female looking, so I don't know if that might actually be a woman. But he said to me, whatever you do, don't wet it. Which obviously I had done, just a wee bit. But yes, absolutely incredible find. Incredible, quite a chunky little coin, and I think it has been plated, because it looks like there might be some silver on that. And that is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Could be a letter E there as well. And then letters down here too. Almost looks like it says Celts, C-E-L-T-S, but I doubt it will. But there you go, it's a Roman, probably a god or a goddess. Unbelievable, what a coin, what an absolutely stunning coin. And the signal, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Look, I'll put them on the ground together. The iron was actually deeper than the coin, just to show you how it sounded. Get my spade out the way. Oh, I've turned my machine off. Hang on a second. Let me turn that back on, and then we'll get back to you. So have a listen to this on the Jethro. It actually sounded a little bit better than that, so maybe they're a wee bit further apart. But it's... See the difference? And move them closer together. So you get the coin, and then immediately it goes rubbish. So what a find. Well done to the Deus too, and well done to Jethro. That is an absolute cracker. So you got to dig the junky targets. What a coin, what an absolute beauty of a day again. Hammered and Roman. Fantastic. These are some of the finds from John, who's come down from Scotland. He's got the bottom of a Roman fibula, which is probably 1st or 2nd century. And this one at the top, I thought it was possibly later, but it is in fact been confirmed by the finds tent as also being another Roman fibula. And this would have had little cells of enamel in it. And then he's got himself a couple of 3rd, probably early 4th century to the middle of the 4th century Roman coins. So to get the wee fibula and to get the bigger fibula and then a couple of Roman coins, that is not bad at all. So well done, John. Well worth travelling all the way from Scotland for. And the much anticipated thunder and lightning and heavy rain has finally arrived, and I hope that Simon and Pete are off the fields. And here I am, back home in sunny Scotland. Well, what an adventure we had. Absolutely fantastic. It actually took 3 days to get home. A long story, a very long story. I've just been pretty exhausted recently. I've had a bit of a fatigue thing going on, which kind of hit me a lot at the Rodney Cook Rally. So as a result of that, I didn't get as much detecting as I wanted to. I wanted to spend some time on the Regton stand. I wanted to get the chance to see a lot of people, but it just wasn't happening. Thankfully the guys shot some footage when they were out detecting, which I could then use in my videos. So a huge thank you to them. But driving back home, we stayed the first night in Bath, which was just 20 minutes, half an hour away from the campsite. Then the next day we drove to York and we stayed in York for the night. And then the next day we drove back to Scotland. So it was a long trip because we stopped in York on the way down as well, but took even longer to get back home. So in total we travelled about 1,100 mile round trip. And as I say, unfortunately I didn't get to see anywhere near the number of people that I wanted to. I was just absolutely exhausted. So I did get out and I did manage to do a little bit of detecting, and I was really happy with what we found. There were some great finds out. I'm going to do a little summary in a future video, but sometimes that's just the way it is. So I've had a pretty quiet week. I've pretty much just had 5 days where all I've done is relax and sleep wherever possible, and thankfully I'm feeling a lot better for it. So hopefully I'm going to be back to my best sometime soon. And we've returned home to find as well that most of our barley field permissions have all been harvested. So fingers crossed, when I'm feeling a wee bit better, I'm going to get out and I'm going to do a little bit more detecting. I'm also going to do a little summary in a separate video of some of the best finds. I'll put them in the light box. Be interested to hear what you all think. And well, what a great event. It was nice to see the people that I did see, but unfortunately I just didn't get to see as many people as I hoped to. But fingers crossed, you've all enjoyed the videos of the 2 days at the Rodney Cook Rally. A fantastic event for a great charity, and well, better days ahead. So as ever, if you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button, and hopefully I'll see you all on the next dig. So take care, and from a very windy but quite sunny Scotland, we'll see you very soon. So take care, and thanks for watching.